So last time I talked about bucket lists and if they're really a good idea and do I need one? I am more motivated by changing my everyday life because that is where the bulk of my life is. I mean, it's great to have these awesome moments, these awesome experiences, but those are typically few and far between, you know? I mean, when you go to the place, it's great, you have the experience and you always have the memory, but then, at the same time, it's over. That is gone.
I don't wanna save ya, don't wanna be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know what you planned out. Everything that you built up isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
What I am looking for is more of something that changes my regular life to be more like I want it to be, like it's my life. It's not somebody else's. And that's what's important to me. So if I were to make a bucket list, I think that what I'm doing right now is what would be the top priority. My bucket list is about enjoying life every day, not just on weekends, not just on vacations, but every day. And so, since I spend the bulk of my time at work currently in my life, I want to do something that I care about, that motivates me, that makes me feel like what I'm doing is something good and something that matters. So, that's why I talk about career so much. And I think that's why there's such a movement now for people trying to find things that they want to actually want to do, instead of, doing all this stuff that they're like, wait a minute, what am I doing this for? I read a book a couple of years ago. It's by Red Katz. It's called Live Your Eulogy. Eulogy spelled Y-O-U. In it, he says that the rat race doesn't have a finish line. That hit me. There is no end. There's always, go for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and it just doesn't stop. And what are you doing it all for? Are you doing it all for you or just money? I mean, don't get me wrong. Money's great. Money is life-changing. But, I think we can all find ways to do things and spend our time on things that we actually want to spend our time on, and not absolutely have to stick with these things that weigh us down or keep us down financially. I mean, they say life is short. I think it is. It is short. I mean, all of a sudden I'm 48. And it's taken me a long time to figure all this stuff out. So what I'm about is not quitting my job and taking some huge financial loss and risk. What I'm about is taking care of myself financially, but also working toward taking care of my soul, my emotional life, my mental health life, my physical life. I was sitting in a restaurant with a friend and a couple of her friends. And at the time, I hated my job. I had a different job. I hated my job. She hated her job. She was leaving this job. And her two friends were working in a different place. And they had just gotten an email saying they'd been written up because they didn't meet the sales quota or some part of the sales quota. I don't know. I'm sure that company had a policy that said you have to meet all this criteria in your sales, you know, or you are written up. That didn't sit well with them. One of them was like, I've never been written up before in my life. The other one wanted advice from me, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk to you about this. You know, yeah, I'm in HR, but I'm not your HR person. And I'm not your HR person either. And they're wanting also to make, because of their company, I feel like I was invited to this dinner so that I could pitch something that these two people were selling to my company. I don't really feel like I was invited there as a friend. I was irritated. I wanted to say to everybody at that table, why are we using up this time talking about our companies, trying to do things for these places that don't appreciate us? Why are we sitting here on our free time trying to do things for them they're not going to appreciate? What are we going to get for it, even if you guys were to sell all this stuff and I were to take this to, you know, my company as a thing? What are we going to get out of it? Really? Those were my honest to God, true thoughts. I don't want to be doing this. You guys don't seem very happy right now with how things are going for you because you're being written up. Me and this other person, we don't like our current jobs. What are we doing? Why are we spending time on things that we don't like? Why? And nothing's ever going to be absolutely perfect. And, you know, maybe it's okay that, you know, you always want a little something more. It keeps you going, right? But I think there's a time and a place for appreciating what you have and contentment in your everyday life. You know, I still advise appreciating what you have and bringing yourself to moments of contentment in your everyday life so you don't lose sight of what you already have and what's already good in your life. All I ask is that you be good to yourself.